Okay. So today we're probably gonna be doing some NEOVIM configuring since I made that PR last night, so we should be good to go. Yo, the guy named CJ. Oh, so you're CJ probably. Hi, CJ. How has you been, gang? Uh, I don't stay online on Discord that much. I've been trying to do streaming and shit like that. So yeah. Hmm. Let me see. How have you been? How have you been? Also, YouTube is probably gonna fuck up the whole thing because yeah. Let me do a git push. Why haven't I done a git push? It's probably gonna time out anyways because shit, wrong password. Shit, wrong password again. Ah, connection timeout. God fucking damn it. Finally, it fucking works. Anyways, let's configure NeoVim because that PR, I don't know when Full K is gonna work on the merge that PR. I don't know if he's gonna merge that PR. He don't seem to be that much active. He doesn't seem to be that much active on GitHub. However, eh, I'm just gonna use my local copy for now. Let's go to NeoVim plugins. And okay, this should be it. So because we're doing that, we should uh do it afterwards, I think. Yes. Okay, wait. That's in the setup. Let's check out if dashboard have any plugins. Okay. Uh, Dashboards and stuff. So it's configure. Uh, and then leader D. Okay. So it has two. It has two of them. And if I do ops, no, main is equal to dashboard. It should be main, right? Forgot if it was main or not. Let's see. Help. Neovim. Nope. Help. Uh, Lazy. Darnvim. Oh, help. Lazy. Dot nvim dot text. So let's see the plugin spec. Their URL name dev name nope dev nope dependencies enabled condition priority init ops config. Yo Stillick, how have you been? I think this is the first time you're seeing me stream, right? Or I think this is the first time you've been on the stream chat. Yo, it's nice to have you here. It's really nice to have you here since I get like 2 or 3 viewers, and it's good if I know them beforehand. ops config main. Okay, this is main. Okay. I made to YouTube. I made to the YouTube stream. Yeah, you did. You did. Finally, you did to made it to the YouTube stream. Okay. Required dashboard dot setup. Uh, I should be able to ops is equal to this, and then I can do this and keys equal to this. So hopefully this should work. Yeah, hopefully this should work. It should show up if I it's pro oh module random tips not found. Fuck. Well shit. Footer. Require random tip. Do I dependencies? Web devicon and plugins wrote random tips. Let's see. Let's see. Let me see. Random tips. Plugins dot random tips. So it's this, and it's the directory, and let's set this ops is equal to this, and module random tips not found. Okay, wait, and main is equal to random tips. Let's see, does it work now? Nope, for some fucking reason. Ops is equal to true. So this is gonna be a pain in the ass. Hmm. Lazy is equal to false. Hope I can do that. Nope, I can't do that. So interesting. Interesting. Can I do a function that returns that? Huh. So either I break my NEOVIM config by doing this, or let's see, plugins and talk to I should go to the actual config directory. Wait, NEOVIM and do huh. Okay, that fuck. I forgot it does that. Oh shit. Relatives. Relatives. Tips. And it dot okay, does it have a setup function? I don't even know. Okay, it does have in dot it does not have a setup function. So what can we do? It can be ops. So that's fucked. Return random tips. Fix this. I can probably plug that. I can probably. Interesting. Maybe just make a normal setup function and dot setup. Is it m? It's m, right? So then it should be function and dot setup, right? Return true. Let's see if it does work. It does not work. So dashboard dot lua. Yep. Standard plugins like that for the keys. Let me just ignore that. Will this work now? Okay. So, callback. Dashboard does seem that to attempt to get a local lines no value. Interesting. So that will work. However, dashboard interrupt. Oh fuck. Dashboard interrupt. Now, uh, lines won't work. Can I just do this? What fucking hell? Please configure selection. Fuck. This is gonna be a pain in the ass, ain't it? Dashboard keys. What does this do? This is just some telescope and actions, lines. And what was the message again? Message context, keys. Pattern not found, lines. And keys. Does keys work? I don't. Yep, it does work. Interesting. So, oh, and it does what? Do I have? Am I? Do I still? Oh, fucking hell! So this is gonna be a pain. Hmm. Time to get a local lines, no value. Um, interesting. So, can I just do footer is equal to this and center is equal to this? Can I just do that? I can't do that. Fuck you. Dude, fucking hell. And then this dashboard, I don't know why dashboard is being so much pain in the ass, however, it is what it is. Maybe I should configure dashboard later because it's being a so pain in the ass. Maybe I should do that. Yep, maybe maybe I should do that. So, NEOVIM. Oh no, I haven't changed this stuff. Uh, alt dashboard. I should change this. Should change everything related to this. Discard all changes. Able to create index.plot. File exists. Why the fuck does file exist? Delete top. And let me search up and then get. Why the fuck would the log file exist? Log index.log empty file. This is bullshit. So lazy git. Will you work now? For the love of God, will you work now? It does work. Interesting. As you have I don't need to change this stuff. After Tua, init Tua, which key this is for the which key stuff, this is for Hopper, and then don't need to change that. Also, I don't think I need to change that, but I'm gonna change that. So let me check if everything is working again. So init Tua, and then yep. So dashboard init Tua. I'm just gonna be doing keys. It's equal to this. This should be this. So, will this work now? Dashboard. It does work. Pros. Yep, it does work. So nice. Uh, Lazy Vim can indeed get the which case can indeed right. Okay, and it dot for plugins. So dashboard should be okay. Which to colorizer colorizer.for it's just doing op, so that's not gonna be a problem. Color picker now. Color picker and dot fire and then the keys. Interesting. So look up actions. So there's that. And there's the mappings. There's the mappings. Huh. Interesting. I can't do ops. I can't do ops. Can I do color picker? Color picker stuff keybinds. Okay, so it's this and a bunch of others. So, interesting. So, I think I should be able to just add them. Like, these equal to those. I'm just gonna add them first because, yep, why not? And let me check if it works again. And this, let me see if it works again. CPR, it does work. Interesting. Bakura keys CP. Yep, it does work. So, plug in the Lua color picker Lua line. Lua line should not have any keybinds. Lua line. Yeah, I'll set up just that and that. Huh, can I? I think I can. Oh, it's also doing a p-call then notice. For this part. So I can't. Got it. Got that. Auto pairs. Auto pairs. Not too bad. Just also using config. And because I'm setting a lot of stuff, it seems. Ebuilds, yes, remap. Yep. Can't change that. Telescope. Telescope. Auto pairs. Telescope. Telescope does have config. It does have these. Telescope of VF native. Pickers. Then it requires unload. Then load extension. I don't think I'm gonna be. I don't think I should be doing telescope because I do plan to do some stuff related to telescope. And then blank line. Hooks dot register. So I can't do that. Get signs. Get signs. It's also requiring a config. However, this is just for the keys. So, yep. Ops is equal to this. Then keys, ts stuff. Hey, wait, hold up. Hmm. Which key? Which key is no? So that's the function. I could just hmm, I could just put them in this for 2 minutes and set this keys is equal to this and this. Just ignore that. Yep. So yes. But now navigate on. Jump to hung in the current buffer. Missing core fields and get signs nav up. Wrap fold open. Navigation message really count. Missing fields. Access to nav hung. First lost. Direction. Hmm. Then I ignore that. And just this should work. So require which could right. So we send as WK flag require which could be this. Okay, wait, hold up. This should work. And the same thing for GS. Targets. This should work. So this is up and a lot of other stuff. Can I? Will this work? Let's see. Get signs up to them. Yes. Mm. Ah, it loads. It doesn't load. And yeah. So so let me show it again. Okay. So get signs. It's probably not loaded yet. Which key? And then I can clean these. Okay, but anyways, as I was saying, get size not loaded yet because this color picker isn't also loaded. Interesting. KDL.vim navigator.anyway show key type revolt. So it is actually it's kind of pretty neat, pretty damn neat. I should also hmm. So next thing, get signs should not be lazy. I think. Get signs. Okay. Let me just go through. Output sign. On C shift get sign. Why? What? Oh, it wasn't that. Oh, god damn it. Fucking hell. Hmm. Lazy. Get signs. I should just go to GitHub. Hmm. GitHub.com. Copy paste that. I should make a. I should make some new keybinds that can go to links. I think that would be fire. Buffer integration for Git. Features. That sends the current column to indicate added, change, or delete lines. No, I should search lazy.nvim. Lazy.nvim. Let's see. Issue template. Save this as a develop. There's lazy.nvim in this issues. Now, must the setup function be called? The setup function is required. Hmm. It should. I should make this to buff attach or file attach. Yeah, I should also. Because currently it's gonna try to load stuff if these keys are hit. However, get sounds. Hmm. Uh, spec loading. Dependencies enable listen. Init ops config. Lazy event. CMD file type. Huh. Event. Event should be help a event. So buff enter or buff add. List the buffer to the buffer list. Buff delete buff enter. Buff file post. Buff hidden. Buff leave. Modified set buff new. Like buff enter. I said buff new file. Buff read or buff read post. Buff unload. Buff read CMD. Buff when enter. Insert enter recipe attach. Don't change progress options. Buff when enter sound doesn't sound like a bad one. It should be event, right? Event is equal to this. Buff when enter. Go. Lazy. Get signs is loaded. Can I be like an actual file type? Like an actual file type is edited. Can I do that? Think I can do that. Oh, buff new file. Buff new. Yeah. What's the auto CMD for actual file? Buff read. Would it be buff read? Buff read. Buff read. It starts editing buffer after reading the file into the buffer. Buff read. Buff read. About buff read. Hmm. That should be a proper opportunity for read. Lazy. Let's see, get signs. Get interesting. The get signs isn't loaded. However, if I do this, well, get signs load. Get signs. It does not load. If I do, if I just go to this, get signs does load. So we are cooking. We, my friends, are cooking. Lazy. Get signs. Interesting. So this is gonna be a bang because buffered. Although it did take a few more seconds. So, however, it doesn't matter that much. So, let me copy this file and then normally lazy doesn't load with signs. However, if I do this, it does load. It does load with signs. But that's good. This is what we want. We want a better lazy loading system, and we can actually do the we want a better lazy loading system without which key being fucked over. We want to utilize both which key and the stuff. Like if you can just, for example, if I do G or if I just interesting, I can't open a file this way. Can't open a file this way if I just do um PSP. So interesting. And then lazy get sons. Oh, it's not loaded. It's not loaded. So if I do US, yes, you see it's there. If I do lazy, it's still not loaded. Oh, it's loaded now. Interesting. So GS seems to load then. Interesting. Lazy. It's done. It's not loaded. Will it load now? Because auto CMDs are firing up. Nope. Will it load now? Because auto CMDs are firing up. Nope. GS. They won't load now, right? Get sent. Okay. So if I save this, will it load now? Get done. Maybe get sent. It does not load. Interesting. So if it actually loaded, what will be the method here? Fucking up. GSB. GSD. Interesting. Okay. Okay, wait. Yes, nice. This is untracked. I forgot that this was untracked. So, uh, this might be good. This might be good. So, and then um, plugins in the .lua. So, we got guest size. We got Metapack. 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 Lua. Yep. So it's gonna require config the dependencies and then do the fs.stack. Can I just don't do a fucking not require Metapack this way? I think I can. Although it does require some it does require some minor hmm, hmm. Fig seems to be requiring it seems to be roving this. But interesting. Although I might not need Metapack all that much since yeah, I might just not need Metapack. Hmm. Cause I'm probably gonna move all these packages to the shitbox directory. God, I feel so sleepy right now. Holy shit. What's the goddamn time? It's like 2:35. Not that bad. Shitbox is still alive? Yes, it is. Like I'm using shitbox like all day, every day. Like I named my config shitbox and I think I switched it to Codeberg and it's been pretty fine actually. Why have both prettier and prettier D? Why have both prettier and prettier D? So prettier is the command line that the prettier is the actual formatter, whereas prettier D is the daemon. ZZZ re. I think prettier D does need prettier, right? Or am I mistaken? Yes, I know that prettier D runs as a service. Like, I do know that. However, the daemon still needs the actual command line, right? No, no, no. I'm saying the other way around. Like, does prettier D need prettier? No. Huh. Eh, I'm gonna change it later, probably. Anyways, but I mean, I do have it installed, so it doesn't hurt to not use it. I mean, it doesn't hurt that much. And I'm probably gonna need to package both of them for Gentoo, and I might test them that way. So, I'm pretty sure I've run without pretty and prettier at the same time, prettier D at the same time for less delay on formatting while running prettier D. Yeah, I know what. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyways, actually, thanks for notifying me about that because I did not know that. I should not change my. Yeah, I don't have any keys related to this. NVIM lint. Do I have something related to NVIM lint? Plugins, NVIM lint, and .work. Let's see. Shell check. Am I setting any keys? Nope, I'm not. Although I am setting some auto CMDs, so that. Now, I think that, yep, it's Python, CodeLB, and shell. So let me check the Python directory. It's this. Plugins require tab. Wait, hold up. Plugins tab interface. Plugins tab and .work. Okay, this is the actual stuff. So I am requiring an tab. Huh? I don't know why I'm setting config to true. I should be doing this. Anyways, require plugin that configs. Require plugin that keybinds. So I could change the keybinds to that and require virtual text setup. So it should be uh, keybinds. So it's doing which key? Interesting, which key? Yep, just a whole lot of which keys. So I can move them. This is for the virtual tags, and this is for the nven tab. I'm probably gonna need them to move to keys. Is equal to, yeah, I don't think I want to goddamn debug adapter all the time loaded, so keys is gonna be there. Huh, this should work. Okay, this should still work. This function require. This is all right. This looks also all right. Now, now, moment of truth. I can delete this. Oh, I think that should still be loaded because how my config is currently working. Huh. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So these motherfuckers aren't actually loading, but that's hella nice because that saves my configured time. Okay, okay, okay. So let me just open up a CD test. Let me just and then Python test.py. Let's do test.py. So print py. Should do this amount of times. So let's see. Stab. Bro is a fish. What do you mean by a fish? What do you mean that I'm a fish? Fish user? No. This is ZSH. This is not fish. This is ZSH. This is goddamn ZSH. This is not fish. I don't use fish. And to be honest, I don't like fish because fish is not POSIX SH, POSIX compliant. And because I do a lot of shell scripting and I test out a lot of POSIX shells, the syntax in my shell, so I do need a POSIX compliant shell. DV Gaming 1698. Hi, thanks for joining this chat. Thanks for joining this live stream if you're still watching. So, this is a Linux stream, and currently I'm reconfiguring my NeoVim again to lazy load a lot of stuff. So DV Gaming 1698, do you know what Linux is, or Gentoo Linux, or NEOVIM and stuff like that? That should not be loaded. Okay. So if I head up the debug adapter now, lazy, it should. Yep, that is loaded. So, just call me Div because I know. Oh, just call me Div. I know what Linux is. Oh, nice. So I'm just configuring NeoVim and probably gonna do some Gentoo dev stuff. Probably my aim is to work on some Docker packages, because they're not updated, they're not up to date. I'm probably gonna bump them, but I'm new, been a week since mint. So welcome to the family. So you're new. Nice, nice. It's really nice to see new people joining the Linux space. Like it's always nice. There's Python adapter, Python mix. Oh fucking hell. Okay, I don't have my like the configure. Let me do a test.sh because I think I have a debug adapter for. Okay, does it work? Please, for the love of God, work. It does work. So I can now hit J. Yep, breakpoint works. Everything is okay. Bro, what's this? Bin.bash script. No way. Where's this? Bash db. You don't use Meson? No, not actually. I don't like Meson that much. Like I am currently using Metapack. Let me just show it to GH. Metapack.nvim. Because I wanna use a lot of stuff like locally. I wanna compile stuff locally for more performance. And most of the time I do have the stuff locally. For example, Lua language server, not Lua language server, but Rust stuff, because they're packed with it and shit like that. So yeah, I use this metapack.nvim, and this can use Meson as a backup if your native system package manager doesn't have the package. However, yeah, I don't use Meson. And it also has a declarative setup. So that's good. Like if you're using Mason, you gotta set up the auto installer, sorry, the auto loader and some packages like that. But no, I might just ditch this package manager, like what I'm currently using, and move all those packages to my actual system config. So it's a bit better and a bit easier for me. But yeah, I don't like Mason that much. And besides, like if you're using Mason, like they have some like not up they don't update their packages that much. And if I compile the package myself, for example, Lua language server, now that is a package that is a LSP that can take a while to load. Like when I load my stuff, like let me just show you. Let me load my init.lua, okay? So if you just see here, you can see it's loading like 3K files, right? And if I actually compile it, and I'm on an old HDD, so if I compile it myself on Gentoo with like O3 and a whole lot of other shit, I actually get a bit more performance out of this. What language are you using for coding? I'm not programming anything right now. Like, I know Python, but I don't really use it. I use Lua for NeoVim stuff or Yazi configs and shit like that. And I was learning Rust and C, however, I kind of ditched them. Yeah, I just use like shell scripts most of the time. Like I don't use it. I abuse shell scripts most of the time. So, let me go to plugins and so that is okay. So Tree has this and its key maps and the dependencies. So one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Uh, configure this or configured. And I don't wanna configure this. And with the tree sitter, big blah, this, tendencies, text objects. But do I wanna set up text objects? Well, like if I set up keys for the text objects, it's not gonna load. So I hmm, might just need to put that in a dependency and use it like that. Anyways, tree sitter smart term. Let's see. The smart term and okay. So it's not using this and keybinds. Let's check out the keybinds. Just using a bunch of risky stuff. That's not gonna be a problem if I just do this and set it to ops equal to this and do this. Reason why I asked that, I saw no LSP for Python when you were in Python just linting. I think I have an LSP set up for Python, though I'm not sure. Like, I don't touch Python stuff if I don't have to. However, I do think I have an LSP set up for Python. Not sure though. Not fully sure about. Might need to check. So, damn it, connection lost. It's gonna try in 5 seconds. Anyways, before it does that, I'm gonna keys is equals to this. So custom test term dot dash work now. Wait, smart term. I need to fix this, and I need to fix probably this. Yep, and this smart term dot handle. Now, let me just delete this and keywords dot lua. It can be this. Although I can just smart term dot lua, and I can do this. So let me see. Well, it worked. So lazy smart term isn't loaded. However, if I do this, lazy smart term is loaded. Nice. He's loaded that. I should check my YouTube. I think it's still, the chat should still work, right? Okay, chat is still. Should I manage my distros, package templates, and build tools inside the same Git repo and separate them? I mean, doesn't like isn't is the way of Nix? Like Nix people do that, right? Package templates and build tools inside the same. Like I've seen a lot of people use mono repos. Like that's just how it is for people. Like just that's just how it is normally for people, I guess, for Nix. Like when I use Nix, I use the same thing, and I've seen a lot of people use mono repos. Like this is how Project Shitbox was born. Like seriously, like still like if you don't know how Project Shitbox was born, I was using a lot of different separate repos for my config. However, when I switched to Nix, I used a mono repo and used Flakes, and that's how after I switched back from Nix, I took that idea and channeled it to Project Shitbox. ZZ. There's more, but in general, yes. I use DCLI for art. Same shit, but in art. I don't know what DCLI is. I meant merging the ported source code and Gentoo port tree. Something like what? Ported source code and Gentoo port tree? What do you mean by that? Oh God. You wanna what? I don't even get what you're trying to say. What do you mean by merging ported source code and Gentoo port tree into a same Git repo? Like, Also, let me check out what DCLI is. Largest container chassis? Huh? Yo, re, something like that. What's DCLI? It's showing like container chassis or shit like that. Let me check up DCLI Linux. Yep, this is showing this. Something along the lines of merging Portage itself and the ebuilds repo. Bro, look. Portage is the package manager. You know that, right? And I don't think it's a good idea to merge the ebuild repos into Portage itself. Like, what's the point? Because if you're in Arch, if you're in something like Arch or another distro, you can have like the main overlay. However, Portage can you just use any overlay or multiple overlays at the same time, and without having to I know people that are planning to not use the main portage tree, like the main Gentoo tree, and use their own overlay. For example, Cow is working on their own. I think their overlay's name. It's not an overlay. It's a whole ass evil repo itself. So yeah, I think Cow was working on that. So I think it was called Tungsten or something. Yeah. So it's like, why would someone merge a package manager and Evil 3 Pro? I don't think that's a good idea. You want people to have options. You want people to have, not like, if people don't want to use the main repos but use other repos, like, it's perfectly fine. You want flexibility. DCLI is basically Nix configs but in Lua for Arch. Doesn't have flakes in that sense, but the replication part is nice. Huh. Uh, but in Lua? Now, I am a huge Lua nerd. I did not know Arch had this. Yo, holy shit, this actually looks kind of cool. And I assume it's like, I know it's written in Rust. Is it written in Rust? It's probably written. Oh, yo, I didn't. Yeah, it's written in Rust because of this. I saw the orange stuff and I was like, Rust. It's gotta be Rust. To be honest, I'm not gonna. Uh, to be honest, it kind of looks. The README kind of looks like. You know what I mean. The README kind of looks iffy. That's kind of good. This is kind of good though. But yeah, for me, he has his own personal on config on GitLab too. Yeah, for me, like, I get what these stuff are trying to do. For example, next, there are people that are trying to, like, there are projects that make NeoVim configurable using Nextlang, and people that are trying to use the same language for everything. However, what I myself like is just using just a simple setup by symlinking everything and using the dedicated language to configure what you're trying to do. So you can do hot reload and shit like that. For example, I just kind of like that. For example, if I want to configure NeoVim, I want to use Lua specifically. I'm not gonna try to use, like, a different language. If I want to configure, like Starship or something like that, DSLI does just that. It doesn't it? Wait, is DCLI using is DCLI using Lua just for the like configuring too? Let me check. GitLab.com. The Black Dawn DCLI. Let me check again. the declarative package management, blah blah. Wait, it's showing define your entire system in YAML files, not Lua? I don't know. Okay, let me just read again. Undeclarative, reproducible, multi-machine, blah blah blah. Support the project, the links, package management, Lua scripting, model system. Mm. Yeah, like I'm not hating on this project per se. Like I do think this is a really good project. Like I heavily fuck with declarative stuff, and I do think this is a really good project. However, for me, stuff just works. For me, I myself like Shell because when I'm using Shell, I can do a lot of stuff, a lot of crazy stuff with regex, set, grep, and shit like that. So yeah, like if you want to see Project Shitbox, like it doesn't have any README, like a proper README and shit. However, this is Project Shitbox. Like I have like 1.6K commits. It's a large ass amount of repo. It's the installer, it's the configurer, and a lot of stuff. Well, I use a lot of shell in my DSLI and it has pre-host. Yep, that's good. That's good. That's actually really good. I think DCLI would succeed where Nix is failing because Nix fails at flexibility. When you're using Nix, there's like yeah, the Nix lang is good. The flake system is really good. Like everything about Nix, most of the stuff is good. However, when it comes to flexibility, it just fucks itself because you can't use like like from source packages from source software if number A, if the package itself doesn't have a flake.nix, so that's going to be a problem. But in Arch, you can use Git packages. In Gentoo, you can use live ebuilds. So I think DCLI would succeed where Nix is failing. Yeah, I do have great hopes for this project. I do have great hopes for this project. And Nix also fails when you want to run some stuff related to, want to run some, binaries from other people in your system. So that, like, it's like hell. Like, most of the time it works. However, some of the time it doesn't. And I also switched from Nix because I had a shit ton of libraries problems because I hate on Rust, but I use a lot of Rust projects. So when I was trying to use those Rust projects and compile them, I was having a shitload of library problems. And yes, I know Nix env, like you need to set up an env, you can fix this, you can fix that. However, it's like doing a lot of bullshit to just have a usable system. And yeah, I know like Nix is not for normal people, like for the general people. It requires you to be declarative, it requires you to do a lot of stuff. However, that's just kind of iffy. I can do the same thing that Nix is trying to do. Like this person, Blackdawn, is doing the same thing. It's trying to do the same thing that Nix is trying to do using Lua, using YAML. And this is really great. I have like really great hopes for this project. I'm doing the same thing that Nix is trying to do. Like it can use in Arch, it can be used in Gentoo. So yeah, almost my whole chain is compiled for cargo nowadays. Whole tool chain is compiled for cargo nowadays. Yeah, just uh, don't don't get me started on like the one of the greatest Rust libraries that I love and also hate the most is Ratatouille. Like Ratatouille RS. Like this is it. Like everything made from Ratatouille is like hella great. It's one of the most awesome CLI libraries that I've ever seen. However, however, it pulls in like 1 billion crates, and oh God, oh God. Yeah, it's Ratatouille. Like, you haven't heard of Ratatouille? Yeah, it's Ratatouille. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's really great for toys. I think I saw Tetris made using Ratatouille, and holy shit, it has some, it had some crazy ass animations. Like I never thought a Tui program would have some crazy ass animations, but here we are. Phoenix is so good, I don't have AI and flop on my system, but I still have all the advantages of NixOS. Wait, Selig, did you actually move to? Did we actually switch to Phoenix? I didn't know that. Nice. Good for you, brother. Like I should use OpenRC. Like I do plan to, since systemd is just doing like some crazy ass shit with AI, and I don't like that. However, I should switch to OpenRC. Oscar, use that on my server, it's great. Yeah. I haven't used Oscar. What's that again? Let me see. Oscar. Oh, Docker containers. Yeah, I should like I myself I'm not that good with Docker, and yeah, I'm not that good with Docker. However, I'm using Docker sometimes, and I still have to install Docker on Gentoo. Yeah, but I should actually learn Docker because it's kind of good when you want to run some stuff. Although this time I plan on doing a rootless Docker, so it's more secured per se. I mean, it's not secure because you can do stuff. However, it should be better than doing a full root Docker. Okay, so what was I doing? I forgot. Okay, plugins in it.ru. Smart term should be, yep, and then focus. Uh, right, focus.ru. Okay, so I'm setting an auto group. Okay, interesting. Disable focus, auto resize for file type. Okay. I always run all the dev dependencies in Docker. Yeah, I actually never done that. I just do Docker, then list. And we focus. Oh, okay. So that's that. And NVIM window.get. I should I should configure this. However, I'm kind of lazy, so I will do it probably later. Pairman.lua. Yep. Persistence.nvim. KDL, git KDL, to do comments. This is okay. Inform. Inform.lua. And this is auto CMD. There's a lot of other stuff. Yep. Account lazy load this. Navigator.nvim. Cypher, showkeys. Cyberpunk Neon. Simple runner. Simple runner dot nvim and dot where. Okay. So I have a run function. I have a setup. Oh, not this. Simple runner W. But so I have a run function. I have config. I have this and that. Huh. Did I? Yep, I think I can. Ops is equal to this. Should be this. Should be this. I can remove this and which key? So keys is equal to this and this. This is okay. Okay. This should work now. I hope so. Let's see. Let me see. Attempt to call an index local value was key. Okay, so I'm fucked. Yep. Uh, simple runner.dua. So leader R. Huh. So ops isn't working properly. Interesting. Keys. Cause this. Huh. So is simple runner being a problem, or is other stuff being a little bit? Bruh. Oh, a lot of my keybinds are working. Fucking great. Hmm. Huh, you call ZellaJ from NEOVIM? Yeah, I have a plugin. And I created a lot of plugin over the years. Like, let me see. Cyberpunk.neon.nvim. It's a theme. It's from me. Flex stats. It's from me. Focus mode. It's from me. Luix. I'll use Metapack. Then NVIM lens shell check ebuilds. This is from me. NVIM Pairman. This was my first NeoVim plugin. And then random tip, which key, oxide, NVIM. Yeah, I've done a lot of NeoVim stuff over the years. Like a big part of my coding, like programming shit, was making NeoVim plugins. I made my own session manager to get rid of ZellaJ a while ago. Yeah, I just like I don't use ZellaJ per se. I don't heavily use ZellaJ. I use tmux for now. However, I wanna switch to ZellaJ at some point. Let me show you the simple one. GitHub.com. Wait, GitHub.com in general slash simple runner. I think this should be it. Okay, not simple runner. It's smart term. Smart term. But anyway. Same, but how come you call it from inside your? I don't see the use case. Okay, so the smart term.env interact with terminal and terminal multiplexers easily. So what this does, open a process or a shell easily as a float or a split. I wanted to work on a new tab, but later didn't and got lazy. That can use NeoVim's built-in windows, ZellaJ's built-in windows, and tmux built-in windows. So if you wanna open something from inside NeoVim, or if you wanna just a floating shell, or if you wanna do Yazi and shit like that, you can use this to do a lot of stuff. For example, using lazy.env, for example, floating panes. I think I have Uh, images. Yep. Automatically use tmux's display pop-up feature, ZellaJ's floating feature. Like, it's nice. Why do you want to use this? So, NeoVim's built-in floating terminals, not built-in float. NeoVim's built-in term program, it's kind of shit. So if you want a setup that can use, for example, if you're in ZellaJ most of the time and you want to load Yazi from that, you can do that. If you want to use tmux's display pop-up feature, you can do that. If you want to do NeoVims, you can do that. And in the text, you'll set up automatically, so you can have the same config in different setups, and most of the time it would just work. So yeah, I configured this when I was using ZellaJ for the first time, and I tried to port for the first time. I tried to port the terminal programs that I was using, and later I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna make mine from scratch. So yeah, I created this. So, it should be, what's the message? Fail to set up handlers from simplerunner.env. Interesting. Lazy core handlers tend to index a local value, a function value. Interesting. And for simple runner, you can have your choices. For example, you can try ZellaJ first, and if ZellaJ doesn't work, you can try to run it inside NeoVim. So yeah. Anyways, let me try to fix this bullshit. Well, what is the problem? Is it, can I do main is equal to simple runner? Would that work? Also slash type lazy spec. Yep. Huh. Cannot assign string function lazy key spec to string. I cannot assign string function to. What the fuck is this bullshit I said? Cannot assign string or function or lazy key spec to string lazy key spec. Oh, so that's the goddamn problem. Now I know what this fucker means. This should be. I don't want it. I don't need this. No. Yep. Now, if I do lazy, smart term should be unloaded, and this should be also unloaded. However, if I want to use F, okay. If I want to use this, it's not working. Something reason. F, F. Oh, okay. I forgot. Anyways, I forgot my own damn keybinds for some fucking reason. God damn it. Okay, so this, the keybinds for it, and is smart term loaded, yes. Is simple runner loaded? No. Let me open up test.py, and this should, yep, lazy, smart term loaded, simple runner loaded. However, if I don't run it, lazy, smart term unloaded, simple runner unloaded. So that's good. Now, uh, check log, not log, profile. I am kind of, cooking because most of the stuff is unloaded now. So that's good. That's good. Now, new event anything. and it talk to a plugins and talk to a yep. So simple runner is fixed and focus mode. Oh fucking hell. Focus mode talk to a yep. Huh. Which also just requires a goddamn key. So I don't need to load this. I can just do uh I should set up I don't need to set up ops. I don't think so. So keys equal to this. It should be this. Yep. So if I just have let me just open up a random ass file and lazy. Uh, was it what was my plugin's name again? Zen mode focus. Yep, focus mode.env. So it's unloaded. However, does it work? Is it gonna work? Let me see. Let me hit F2. Yep, it works. It works perfectly. Nice. So focus mode works, and so uh, okay, focus mode works now for core.env. Uh, it's not. Yep. That's good. Zoxide. Zoxide.fluor. So ops is this, and this is this. It should be unloaded, right? Why is it loaded? This does not make any sense. And Datua, so it's doing a bunch of shit, setting up this. Where is it? So it's in this. Huh. Oh, since is it because of ops? It should be lazy. It should be lazy. So why isn't it lazy? CMD is equal to right. Type should be lazy spec. Yep. So CMD. Hey, outside.nvim should be unloaded now. So I should do ZF. Yep, it got loaded. Let me do it again. Z2. Yep, it got loaded again. That's nice. So, and it got plugins and W. Zoxide. That worked. Flex stats. Flex stats can't be loaded lazily. Yep, that can be loaded lazily. fidget.nvim, image.nvim. I do have image.nvim, although I have never used it. Weapons, FZF yep, and there we have FZF. Now, can I just ignore the config part? And ops is equal to skin. Yep, this should just work. Hopefully this will just work. Don't need that. Let's do fees is equal to double fees and that's a percent, so that's the end. And this should be double V's, right? Right. Okay, interesting. So ops, fees. This. It has that. It has that. Let me indent it manually to see what's the problem. Has that. Has end. Oh, so that was a damn problem. Keys is set up. And yep, it should be good now. Lazy. I do need to unload a lot of leads stuff. Think I can unload a lot of stuff. Just be kind, LTEX extra. Can change them to load only LTEX. Yep. I think I should. Hmm. LTEX plus. So. Think. What? Let me just. So. This is the alt keybinds, which I didn't probably set up properly. Keys. Now this got moved. That dashboard FZF Lua and keywords. I'm not reading like these. Smart term. Did I delete what? What's oh never mind. I think I added smart term.lua or something like that. Yep, I added this. Simple runner, which is that should be alright. And .lua probably need to change that. Hop.lua would probably need to change that. It's offside. Focus mode. Focus mode should be alright. LSP, that's for later. That's also for later. That's for later. Plugins. Oh, Lua. Do I have any more bullshit? Probably the init Lua. Get signs. Yep, get signs should be. Get signs should be. Yep, get signs. Hop.lua and init.lua. So first full page this, which we will not loading that. Not loading that. Not doing this stuff. So feed NEOVIM move a lot of stuff to move a lot of keybind to lazy without NVM's key. God, why the fuck isn't it popping up? Finally, it pops up. So that should be a goddamn good commit. Huh. 203 insertions and 200 rotations. Not that bad. Hopping, have a great day. Take care. Peace. So, I think I should. Wait. What's the time? Oh, shit, it's 3:32. Shit, I should wake up my parents because it's Ramadan and. Wait. So, mm, hmm, I'm gonna go private mode for 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. However, I'm gonna quit the stream now, but I am gonna go back. Like I'm gonna come back like after like 30, 40 minutes and do another stream because I need to eat them. So yeah, take care. Peace.